We're with Lee after a 0-0 draw at home to Enfield Town. Continued K's unbeaten start to the season. Lee, that was very 0-0 that game, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was. Yeah, like you say, a 0-0, unbeaten, which is a positive. No goals conceded today, which is another positive. Also, yeah, it was hot out there today. We moved the ball really well. I thought we controlled the game from minute 1 to minute 90 really well. But possession doesn't equal to goals, you know. So controlling the game really good, and that's how we like to play football. We just lacked a little bit of cutting edge in the final third today. We still created some chances where you probably think that we should convert, but not enough clear-cut chances. With the amount of final third entries that we had, we just that decision making or our last ball was what let us down today. But everything else was a tick, and we still move forward and a positive win, you know.
Yeah, you mentioned the clean sheet. How we know that certainly over the last few teams, Enfield have been one of the better teams in the division, often been one of the highest scorers in the division as well.
Yeah.
They haven't really, apart from maybe a couple of times near the end when they've got in from quite a tight angle and Rob's made a save, they haven't really tested us today. How pleasing is that?
Yeah, really pleasing. Well, we nullified them to chances, to possession, to territory, just because of how good we were in building through the thirds. And credit has to go to the boys. We're playing against a top team that finished in the playoffs last year, and have done well for the last few years, you know. So they're a team that will look to go on and finish in the playoffs and probably have aspirations of winning the league, you know, because I think that there's maybe 8 teams that can go and do it. There's not any standout team. I don't think there's 8 teams up there that I think will be there or thereabouts. So yeah, the positives are that we controlled the game of football against one of the better teams in the league. Nullified them to not many chances. But unfortunately, goals are what get you points, and we didn't, like I say, we didn't convert or create chances that we had today.
What was the problem in the final third today? Was it the final ball? Was it the way we were building up to that? Was there any one thing in particular that was more frustrating?
Our decision making is something that we obviously need to work on. I don't think it was too much our execution. Maybe on the odd occasion, the pitch was really sticky. It was difficult for the lads. Once they got the other side of their opposition players, it was difficult for them to get the ball out of their feet. But you have to give credit to the opposition as well. They once we did break the line on numerous occasions, they defended pretty well. The 2 centre halves done well. The fullbacks done well. Sam Young's in midfield for them was I thought it was excellent for them. But I'm pleased. I'm pleased that we've controlled a game of football for 90 minutes, and it was 90 minutes. And I know I keep going over it. I know possession does not convert into goals. It doesn't. But we nullified them to little chances because we had that much possession. And again, I keep emphasising on the fact that we're a new group. We're a new group, so we're getting better and better. We're ticking off boxes week by week. And it's pretty much there. We just need to make sure that when we do have that dominance, like we did against Margate for 45 minutes, like we did against Wingate for 70 minutes, like we did for 90 minutes today, when we have that level of dominance, we have to take our chances, or at least create more than we created today.
You mentioned the Wingate game. We didn't chat after that, but it feels like quite a different draw to this afternoon's game. How did you reflect on that performance?
Both disappointing feelings after the game. We have to respect the points. We have to respect the opposition. We didn't start as well as maybe. Well, tell a lie. We was good for 15 minutes against Wingate the other night. They had a 15-minute period where they got the 2 goals, and it probably looks like we weren't at the races a little bit. But I've watched the game back twice, and we were still good first half. But our second half performance was a lot better than the first half. So it probably looks like we weren't as good first half, or we weren't any good. But again, we showed dominance in that game, and we created some real good chances in the second half. Again, we just didn't didn't convert those chances, which is what we need to work on. Oh, it's obvious for anyone to see that come to Tooting today and watch us. It's evident that we need to improve in that area. The boys know it, but unbeaten, which you've alluded to, and we've controlled, I'd say, 80% of the 3 games that we've played in. So there is so many positives, and like I say, I'll keep saying it, and I will keep saying it. They're a new group of players, and I have so much belief in that group and what they've got in there in the short space of time that we've been together. They've been excellent.
What's the main thing you've learned in these first 3 games?
That group can be whatever they want to be. They can. They've shown that. They've controlled the majority of the games that we've been in, which I've obviously gone over. The biggest thing is that we need to take our chances, but also at the right moments in games. Not so much today because it's 0-0, but at the right moments in games, you have to convert your chances to take games away from the opposition. Because at the minute, where we've not got out of sight with the dominance that we've had, we've always allowed the opposition to get back into games. So they're the things. I just think, we need to be a little bit more efficient in the final third, and we need to kill teams off when we can, and don't take for granted the possession that we have.
One player not involved in the first 3 games, and club put out a statement today that Ollie Cook's left the club. Is there anything you want to say about? Ollie was obviously involved in pre-season, but played for Carl Scholten yesterday.
Yeah, no, Ollie's been fantastic since he's been in. We had a good chat in the summer, and obviously I explained to everyone coming in that it was a clean slate. It was a blank bit of paper, clean slate for everyone. And unfortunately, for one reason or another, Ollie wants to be a guaranteed starter week in, week out, and he wants to play, and we just couldn't offer him that at this moment in time. So for him, he obviously wanted to go and play, and I'd never stand in his way. And Carl Scholten put a 7-day approach in, but it's lined up for that, so we could get it done and get him playing as quickly as we can. And it's to obviously see Ollie a week Monday.
Yeah, I think about half that Carl Scholten team has played in the last couple of years.
Yeah, no, of course.
Great. Well, good point today, and we'll see you next weekend.
Cheers, James. Thanks.